to Tai Chi. Everybody ready? Let's warm up. Hands at your waist, turn your neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stretch your neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Expand your chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Waist exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Airplane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Touch toe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Be careful. Shift your weight. Kick your foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kick your butt. 1, 2. Shift your weight. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Heisman, opening up your span, parallel feet, choose one side, sit on that side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shift your weight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Short one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to practice being a golden cockerel. As we're doing it, you don't have to follow me. Okay, if my stance is too short and yours is longer, do it at your own rate. Just incorporate your safety measures. So remember what your safety measures are. If we're being a golden cockerel, we center the front hand and the other hand counterbalances us. We bring the knee in, we bring the foot in line with the hand. And the other hand sits to the side in a stretched out position as if you could draw a diagonal, imaginary diagonal from the tip of the front fingers to the side fingers, okay? When you're doing golden cockerel, the knees should not be locked in. They should be relaxed, ready to move. If they're locked in, you're not going to be able to shift your weight. And always think about your center of gravity 2 inches below your navel, okay? Let's work on it a little bit here. All right, feet apart, dropping those shoulders, golden cockerel standing on its left. Center the front hand, other hand sits to the side so that you can make a diagonal from the point of your fingers. Bring that knee towards the center of your body. Lift it up at the same time the hand comes up and the other hand stretches out. One last set. Up, up and out. Okay? Then we're going to do our kick out. In the same way, when we kick out, our feet are apart. We gather our energy. We center our hand so that if we know we're going to do a right kick, our right hand is on the outside. It rises up at the same time we make the cross, and we follow that kick, making sure that other hand in the back is the counterbalance hand. It goes in the opposite direction rather than in the same direction, okay? Here we go, feet apart. We're gonna kick out with our right, therefore our left gets all our weight, and we kick out in line. Last set. Then we talked about feet alignment, okay, the basis of Tai Chi. We said that we are in good Tai Chi posture because we've dropped our shoulders, our middle finger is to the side seam of our pants, our chest is sunken, our butt is tucked in, our knees are relaxed, our chin is slightly down, our head is straight up, held by that cable. When we make a T stance, we firm down on our right and we form the capital letter T. Hands at your waist. When we have an L stance, we come out and to the side on our heel, out and to the side. Generate that energy to come up, across, and out, bow stance. knees not beyond the toes. Sit back, sit down on an imaginary stool, pivot on the heel that's almost weightless, firm down to make the letter T, out to the side L, move the hips and waist, adjust the back foot, bow stance, bow and arrow. Sit back, sit down, pivot, firm down, capital letter T, out into the side, L, turn the hips and waist, L, bow stance. Sit back on that imaginary stool and sit down on it, pivot, firm down, capital T, capital L, turn the hips and waist, bow stance. Sit back, sit down, pivot, hold your ball on a T stance. Left hand on the bottom matches the left foot that's ready to go because the bottom hand advances. Out into the side, move that ball, stretch. Sit back, sit down, pivot, right hand on the bottom, right foot ready to go, holding your ball, out on an L, move that ball, part the wild horse's mane. Sit back, sit down, pivot, hold your ball for better balance, bring it in, out on an L, move that ball, turn the hips and waist, bow stance. Sit back, sit down, pivot, hold your ball for better balance on a T, out on an L, part the wild horse's mane, get that stretch and the flying diagonal. Sit back, sit down, pivot, hold your ball, one last set, out on an L, move that ball, part the wild horse's mane, or give your friend a snack. Sit back, sit down, pivot, hold your ball, out into the side L stance, bow stance. Sit back, sit down, pivot, hold your ball in a T stance. Then we said that what we just learned we can apply to a Tai Chi walk, where we can walk towards the wall, and later on we can walk backwards. So let's do that. Hands at our waist. To begin, we're going to take a zigzag on our right heel. We're pivoting it. We're firming down. We know that our left foot needs to move, so our left hand has to go on the bottom of our ball. We took a zigzag. Now we cannot take a zigzag, but we have to take an L stance. Out into the side on our heel, move that ball, bow stance. No different from what we just did. Sit back, sit down allows us now to pivot out on a zigzag, hold our ball for better balance, move that ball on an L stance, bow stance. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, hold your ball, L stance, move that ball, part the wild horse's mane. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, hold your ball for better balance, out on an L stance, move that ball. Here's your snack. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, hold your ball, L stance, move that ball, part the wild horse's mane. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, hold your ball, heel in hand, part the wild horse's mane, flying diagonal. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, hold your ball, out on the L, part the wild horse's mane. Listen carefully. Half step forward, hold your ball. Spin your ball to the right, lift up your hand, lift up your front foot, place it on its toe, point. White crane spreads its wings. Here again, when white crane spreads its wings, the tip of your right hand fingers and your left hand fingers you can draw an imaginary diagonal. The weight is on the back foot. Therefore, you can lift the front foot to show me that your weight is all on the back. Okay, very good. Now, go back. So we're looking at the basic principles and the foundations of Tai Chi. We already know that we need to shift our weight. We know that what we do on one side, we have to do on the other side. So those are two principles right there. We also know that the bottom hand advances whenever we hold our ball. Can I check to see whether you understand what that means? Can you just make a ball and show me that the bottom hand advances? Make another ball and show me that the bottom hand advances. So the bottom hand advances at the same time, the same side of your foot advances. So it's the left hand, the left foot, the right foot, the right hand. So that is another principle, okay? Or the foundations on which Tai Chi is built. We also learned that we need to sit down and sit back. So that occurs when we stretch, we sit down and sit back. We do not sit back this way and throw our Tai Chi posture off. That's another principle, okay? So all these principles can be applied to all of the Yang style Tai Chi, if not almost all Tai Chi styles. Tonight we're going to look at how we make ourselves small. So if you can just stand there and show me how you can be a big person and then how you can be a small person. And that's what that sensation is what we're going to get after, okay? Or we're going to try to work on. So maybe you can tell me that you're big because you're gigantic and you're a soldier, and then all of a sudden you're going to make yourself small. So I want you to do that. Make yourself big, make yourself small. So we see that we expand and then we contract. We get big and then we get small. So in Tai Chi, that principle is very apparent in commencing form, which is the first movement of all Yang Tai Chi, done the same way. So in this class, we're not just looking at the 10 form, but we're looking at all 3 forms that we teach and applying those principles. So this is a unique class, and I think if you follow me, you'll gain a lot. So to show you the principle of making yourself small, we're going to learn how to do commencing form. Okay? So I'll show you, and you can look and put the connection of what I'm saying to what I'm doing. I have good Tai Chi posture. Bring my foot in a little bit more, and I'm going to commence. Right now, I'm at 50-50, weight evenly distributed. I want to advance one foot so my right foot gains all its weight so that my heel can come up. I'm on my toe, and this is called opening. The same way that my foot came up is the same way that my foot goes down. I'm once again at 50-50. I rotate to the middle of my thigh, my hands. I take a deep breath in as I elevate both hands simultaneously. At shoulder level, right now I'm kind of big. I'm going to make myself small. How do I do that? I drop my shoulders, I drop my elbows, I drop my wrists, I flex my knees. So where I was once at this level, now I'm pushing down, using the core, using the muscles in the back of me. If I did not know Tai Chi, I would do it something like this. Okay? So that we want to get that idea and spin away from it. Why do I say that? If we're trying to be stronger and if our mind is driving our movements and with our core, we need to instill or use those core muscles and our mind. So it should look something like this, and it surely takes a different feeling. All right. I'm going to do something wrong to show you to drive a point. So I'll tell you when the movement is wrong. But if I didn't, I think you would detect when it's wrong. Has something to do with this last portion, okay? So we always use the term, the hands go for the ride. Watch how in this last movement, my hands did not go for the ride, fully for the ride. In this instance now, my hands will go for the ride. How are my hands coming down? All I did was make myself small, and as I made myself small, my hands came down with me. They did not come down with me. They did not just come down. They came down with the core, with my mind, with my body, making myself small. Okay, so that's a big principle of Tai Chi. It's not always that easy. And then you say, well, Tai Chi is too slow. I can just bring down my hands, but that's not Tai Chi, okay? That's moving into the beginning learning of Tai Chi. But right away with a rather simple movement such as commencing form, I think we can already use some of those principles and try it out and get better at it, okay? So I'm gonna turn around and then we're gonna, I don't really have to turn around, but I assume that you know what I'm doing when I am facing the wall, okay? So we're in good Tai Chi posture, dropping those shoulders, side seam of our pants with our middle finger, not flexing our knee, but making our knees relax, sinking our chest, tucking our butt, tongue on our palate, chin slightly down, head erect, 50-50. To commence, we slowly drain the weight off of our left foot so that our heel can rise. We're on the arch, we're on our sole, on our toe, gaining all that weight, 95%, 99, 100, open, toe, sole, arch, heel, 50-50. Hands rotate, they touch the sides of your pants. As they come to the middle, you're gonna take a deep breath and you're gonna bring up your elbows, wrists, shoulders. You're gonna make yourself small by tucking down your elbows, wrists, dropping your shoulders, flexing your knee. All right? Try it again. Commencing form, 50-50. Heavier on your right foot, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Off the ground, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50-50. Hands rotate to the middle of your thighs. Think through your process. Use your core. Bring up your arms. Using that core. Shoulder level. Reverse the process. Dropping your shoulders. Making yourself small. Flexing your knee. Going on. Left hand on the bottom to hold your ball on a T stance. What's next? L stance. Out and to the side. Move that ball. Part the wild horse's mane. Flying diagonal, bow and arrow. Sit back, sit down on that imaginary stool. Pivot. Right foot ready to go. Right hand on the bottom. Matches. Out and to the side. Move that ball. Flying diagonal. Sit back, sit down. Pivot. Hold your ball in a T stance. Okay, so now you say, that's pretty good. You can understand that. Okay, now I want you to watch me and look for elements that you feel that maybe you can improve on. So I'm in good Tai Chi posture. Okay, and I'm relaxed. I'm going to commence. Thinking through what I'm doing, feeling every little muscle working for me. Okay, do it with me. Good Tai Chi posture, dropping those shoulders, commencing form. 50-50, slowly drain the weight off of the left, heels up, on our sole, on our toe, 100% open, down slowly, 50-50. Hands rotate, take a deep breath in, make yourselves big, shoulder level, drop, make yourselves small. Hands go for the ride. T stance, left hand, left foot ready, holding your ball. Out on an L, move that ball. Hands go for the ride. Sit back, sit down, pivot, firm down, T and ball, right, right. Out onto the side, L stance, O stance. Sit back, sit down, pivot. Let's do 2 sets of this. Holding your ball, out and the side, part the wild horse's mane. Sit back, sit down, pivot, hold your ball, out and the side, part the wild horse's mane. Sit back, sit down, pivot, hold your ball.